What's happening, you guys? We are back for another one. Go ahead and work on getting some cards out here on the table for the collective. I can't help but think about how much my human brain is so excited that there is so much chaos. Okay, I'm not excited about the chaos going on, right? But I'm excited about the fact that a sweet little round raccoon has completely taken over the internet. I feel like I've been summoning Jimothy for my entire life. I've always had the raccoon as one of my major totems, and I just love the fact that sweet little Jimothy is the one who is showing up to offer a cuddly, cute distraction as things begin to crumble around us. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. I just felt like sharing that with you guys. Let's see what's going on. We've got the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. That's kind of going along that vibe, I guess, of me talking about Jimothy, the raccoon. It's very much an inner child fascination of my own. Perhaps you're exploring, feeling that one and this one too. Maybe you're exploring what makes your inner child happy too. Maybe you're exploring and checking out the tenderness that comes with that exploration, getting back to the basics, getting back to innocence, getting back to what really truly on a soul level makes your heart smile. And this is revealing some rare gifts that you have, right? Your inner child is showing you the way to your gifts, is what I'm hearing with this card. I do apologize if my voice sounds a little scratchy today. I had a little bit of fun yesterday with my daughter for her birthday. We went down lots of water slides, and I did lots of screaming. So, your life is a canvas, all right? Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. All right. I'm seeing a theme showing up here. And you've got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Okay. So, like the artist, this is beginning to kind of paint a picture in my mind's eye of what's going on here in the collective at this time. Okay? So, the inner child has been tapped into. Maybe Jimothy himself actually helped you to tap into this frequency of the inner child. Could be anything else, though, for that matter. But this inner child energy is helping you realize that your life is literally a canvas that can be painted on and changed and recreated and, explored and played with to create pretty much anything that you truly desire to create in any given moment. And within this frequency as well, you've been able to tap into that unconditional love frequency as well. That's what the Hadarian energy is all about. One of the harsher of lessons that your inner child is teaching you is how to not have codependency and how to set boundaries. Because of this unconditional love frequency that you naturally fit into, I feel, you had some troubles in realizing different people around you creating different types of codependent relationships with you. And it's like you're learning how to protect your energy now and to set up boundaries in this regard so that you can fully be capable of painting your picture, so to speak, and becoming the true artist of your own lifetime. And that's that creative accountability too that this card speaks about as well. I feel like you have realized just how rare of a gift it is to be able to be in the frequency of unconditional love. Because a lot of people are not capable of holding that frequency, you know? And where in the past, this gift of unconditional love has put you in predicaments where perhaps you have lost yourself a little bit along the way because these kind of relationships were very daunting and they took up a lot of your frequency and energy. But you have been able to come quite the long journey here. You see how these people, these golden children here, are taking the long trek to this portal, right? And you have finally made it on the other side of that portal. It's like reaching up and touching the crystalline sky, you know? And putting the whimsy aside for a minute, this is how you're able to still be in this frequency of the inner child, the tenderness, the innocence, the purity, the beauty, the whimsy, right? This has a very whimsy energy to it. But you're also able to take all that as like an artist's medium, right? The thing that you use to create with, the paint, the whatever, the clay, and you're able to use it and harness it to create the real reality that you want to create, that you want to see. Walking the path of the golden children is not so easy, right? A lot of people might refer to them as having it easy because they are so like naturally happy all the time. But what they don't realize is that these are some of the greatest warriors that are out there as well. Because it takes a certain amount of strength in order to carry this frequency of joy and happiness and purity and innocence when the world is in complete chaos, right? And we have the Eight of Coins. This shows just how long this journey has been for you. I was just talking about that. And how you really paid attention along your path to every single detail. And you've held a lot of perseverance. You persevered through this kind of energy here because you knew that it was teaching you a skill, right? That's what the Eight of Coins is all about. It's about learning and honing skills. And you worked very, very hard on honing in on the skill of having discernment, of being able to hold this frequency of unconditional love with those who are around you, and mastering having your own personal boundaries. Having your own personal boundaries so that you can create the world that you want to see in your microcosm, right? Your own universe. It's all about creating your own universe, what you see through your lens. Let's go ahead and get a few more out here. Oh, that one. Okay, thank you. So we've got the Three of Wands, and then we've got the Hanged Man. Sorry, I bumped the camera. The Three of Wands is all about development and making progress and planning and being able to kind of see above the horizon in order to expand oneself, right? I feel like this is the point where you're at right now. You are at this Three of Wands energy, and there's a little bit of a pause. There's a little bit of a pause and a little bit of a surrender to the creation that you're trying to bring forth for yourself right now. You have obtained a new vision, okay? The Hanged Man is also about having a new vision. a change of perspective. This journey that you have been taking, that you were born into as a golden child, as a pure soul, very much so in touch with their innocence throughout the process. Seeing the world in different ways, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Seeing the world in different ways and experiencing different kind of people, all walks of life, all ways of living, and coming to a true understanding and a multifaceted perspective on just how people's psyches work, okay? And so not only were you working on your own path, but you were also studying others. That could also tie into this Eight of Coins as well. Don't forget that one's there, right, Sarai? Yeah. You were educating yourself. Your soul has been here learning stuff, learning how the human psyche works. You're like a cosmic psychologist or something, really studying and really coming to an understanding of how people work, how different people do different things, whether good or bad. And you realized that along the way, you had to set up some boundaries yourself as to not let their energy kind of overtake your pure, innocent unicorn energy, right? And all the while, truly developing skills, okay? There's rare gifts, and then there's skills. The gifts are what comes natural to you, okay? And I feel like you have utilized the gifts that you naturally carry within you to develop a practical skill for the 3D realm, okay? And so there's kind of this vibe of mixing practical, like medicinal practices with spiritual purity, I guess. Whimsy. Okay, so mixing, I don't know why I just heard mixing business with pleasure, but I guess that does make sense, because like the business part would be like the actual physical medicinal, like, you know, the rigid, the I don't even know what words I'm looking for here, but bringing in the aspects, right, of the inner child energy, of the spiritual energy, of the whimsical, dreamy energy, which is now what I'm seeing you working with. You're reaching out here to the dreamy, and yet you are firmly planted here in the physical world, right? Reaching out and working with the dreamy, whimsical energy that is unseen, but very magical, bringing a magical touch to the physical processes, is what I heard. It's almost as if you are coming to a new vision as well, with the Hanged Man here, and the fact that this one talks about your life being a canvas, right? And becoming the artist of your own life. There's like a new vision, especially with the Three of Wands coming out as well. There's something that took place in all of this processing here recently for you in the collective. And it has caused some kind of shift, some kind of way of seeing things in a different way that brings in even more of a new vision for where you're going to go next. And that's funny because Spirit said you're painting with both hands. She's holding the wand in both hands. I'm taking a chance here by not covering this one up. Testing the waters myself here a little bit. I'm kind of tired of worrying about it, but that's besides the point. my interpretation of what Spirit just said about painting with both hands, right? There's like that balance there between the masculine and feminine within yourself. Okay. You might also be what's that called? Ambidextrous, where you can do things like you can write your name with your non-dominant hand just as well as your dominant hand. Ambidextrous. Okay. There's some kind of skill there as well, a rare gift as well. The fact that you could paint a picture with either of your hands. Maybe you could do it with your feet too. Who knows? That might be interesting to see. let's not go into like OnlyFans shit here, okay? Wow. All right, Spirit. Getting back to the message of painting with both hands, okay? You are able to utilize both the dominant and the indominant sides of yourself in order to create, okay? And the key component to this is having a certain amount of tenderness and innocence within the whole thing as well. Keeping your mind open enough to explore, to explore things that maybe feel a little awkward to do at first, like writing with your non-dominant hand. But realizing that even with that, the more you practice at it, the better you become. And this is also, I feel, something that you could very well teach others to do as well. Okay? And this might be part of the reason why there's that mixture of the physical and the dreamy, whimsical, magic vibes. Okay? Taking a codependent type of energy and being able to teach that person some skills so that they can become this for themselves rather than leeching off of those who do it. Okay? If that makes sense. All in all, you're becoming the master of your own reality here. Okay? You have worked at it. It's not something that was just given to you like a rare gift. Yes, you were born with some rare gifts. And yes, they did help you along the way. But it helped in the cultivation, right? It helped in the alignment. Alignment is coming up here too, with all these coins stacked on top of one another. It helped in development. You very well could be working on developing something to bring forth in the physical as some kind of like therapy for other people here. That's just where my mind went with the fact that we have development out here. So you're developing skills for other people to learn how to do as well, all the while learning how to kind of walk the path yourself. And for that, I'm sure all of us in the collective give thanks, right? And so it is. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you here on this channel at this time. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, peace.